Okay, so sorry about having to stop early. The app that I'm using to record this only does 15-minute intervals, and apparently that took 15 minutes. So I'm hoping that that's not going to happen this time. So we already left off with the little birds. Now we're on to the turkeys. So, like I said, if anybody has ever dealt with a turkey in real life, they are obnoxious. I've got a whole herd of them running around my neighborhood, and they fight the school bus, they chase cars, they attack animals. They're obnoxious, and they can't fly, which is hilarious. They're like little 747s taking off. They are just as bad in the game. They will clear out your berry bush, so if you dig up a whole bunch of berry bushes, plant them, and make your own little garden, so you have food all winter long. If the turkey gets in there, as soon as you start picking one berry bush, it'll pop out and start eating all of your berries, and you will not have any berries for a while. The nice thing is you can kill these things, and they do provide you 2 drumsticks when they die, but they're difficult to kill. You need to chase them down, or corner them, or wait till they're asleep. I typically corner them. If you can get them into a little area where they can't go anywhere, then a couple hits, they're gone. But if they start running, no matter how many times you click on them to attack, Wilson will basically get fed up with them and say, "Oh, I showed him," and just walk away. So usually wait till they're asleep or they're in a corner. But 2 drumsticks, that's good food. That's good morsels. Okay, moving on. The pigs. Now, the piggies are good and bad in their own right. So if you attack a pig, it will attack you back, and they've got a pretty powerful punch. So if you're already low on health to begin with, the pig will kill you. And if its little friends are nearby, it'll join that pig, and they will all gang up on you and kill you. If you do manage to kill the pig, you will get 1 piece of meat, which is good to have. Speaking of the meat, though, if you have any meat at all, whether it's coming from a pig or beefulo, I'll explain that later, or turkey, if you give meat to the pigs, they become your best friends and part of your entourage, which is what Wilson always says, that they're his entourage. So pigs are good. They will help defend you. You'll basically have a whole herd of pigs following you around for a little while as long as you keep them fed. If anything tries to attack you, they will attack it instead. If they see spiders, they'll go right for them and start attacking them. They can get overwhelmed and killed easily, but they can last a little while they're attacked, especially if they're in a big group of them. If you start chopping down a tree and you have a good amount of pigs, or even just 1 pig, they will start chopping down the trees for you. So that's a good way to restock on your firewood, is to have pigs. You can also take down the pigs' houses. They build their houses all over the place. And if you have the hammer, you can knock these down. They provide you with boards, cut stone, little pig tail, which is creepy, meat, and manure. So that's good, but you'll also have a pig following you around because you did just destroy his house. They don't follow you along for very long, but they do follow you, and they are kind of annoying on that. But it is good to clear the land and have your own pig house. And usually where there's a lot of pig houses in one area, there's a king pig, and he's big, disgusting, and will give you gold if you feed him meat. But typically the pigs are farmers themselves, so you have little gardens of flowers and grass and berry bushes and carrots. So if you need to restock up on things, find the pigs. This is a good place to go. Find the pigs and restock. The Beefulo. I love these guys. I think they are adorable in all shapes and forms, whether they are the grown-up Beefulo you see here, or the teenage Beefulo, or the baby Beefulo. They are adorable. And I would really, really like it if my friend Mare, who's fangirl on Fan Savvy, I'm giving you guys a shout out. If she could make me a Beefulo, I would really appreciate it. Hint, hint. Anyways, the Beefulo are great for many different reasons. They pretty much do their own thing, but they do provide manure, which is really good. You need that for creating your own vegetable garden and things like that. Anytime you're replanting the grass plants or the berry bushes, you need manure or rot, so being near a whole herd of beefalo is a good idea. Plus, these things will defend you inadvertently. So, say you get attacked by a wolf, which I'll explain a little bit what the wolves are and why they're dangerous. But the wolves will come out and they will attack you. You have warning when they're coming. Wilson will start saying, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?" And pretty much the wolves will come right after that. If you are near a herd of beefalo, or even just one beefalo, and the wolf accidentally bites the beefalo, that beefalo and every beefalo within a 10-mile radius basically will come out of nowhere and attack the wolves. So they will protect you, even though they don't realize they're doing it. They're defending themselves, but you can take advantage of that. So I like to have a lot of beefalo. So we're gonna do defeat. I almost forgot the piggies, so we're gonna make sure that's done. As you guys can tell, I started this in a different spot accidentally. Anyways, the beefalo with the red butts. These things are dangerous. As adorable as I find the beefalo are, I try to avoid the ones with the red butts. This is when they're in heat or when there's a baby beefalo around. You want to stay away from them unless you have precautions, because they will attack anything that moves. So if a butterfly gets near them, a bee gets near them, a bunny gets near them, you get near them, they will kill you. The whole herd of them will start attacking you and they will kill you. The nice thing about these is, say you're being followed by a whole herd of spiders, you can kind of maneuver yourself in there and the beefalo will attack the spiders and go after you afterwards, but you can usually get them to get the spiders first. The nice thing about the beefalo on both ends is, and it's sad, but if the beefalo does get killed in any way, it leaves behind a lot of meat, a lot of fur, and beefalo horns. These right here. The beefalo horns are great because you can actually create a beefalo hat. And if you have the beefalo hat, you can be one with the beefalo. You will not be attacked by the ones with the red butts. They will leave you alone, but they will attack anything that moves. So say you have a pig following you because he's part of your entourage, or you have Chester, and I'll explain Chester later because he's adorable too. They will attack them and they will kill them. It's sad, but it happens. So beefalo good, but beefalo with red butts, stay away. The footprints. So these will be suspicious dirt piles, and you'll uncover them, and you'll see a footprint, and someone will say, "I see food." I mean, an animal. They don't really do much. They just tell you that there's animals nearby. Okay, the penguins. Oh my god, I hate these things. So wintertime comes, and you get penguins. A whole herd of penguins that basically take over wherever you happen to be. They will make their own little encampment with a ice pond thing, and they just kind of hang out. If you try to steal their eggs, they will typically jump on them and protect the eggs, so you have to usually sneak up on them to get the eggs, or wait till the eggs are nearly rotten and then grab them, and then you can cook them, and they're good for you, but you have to wait. The problem with the penguins is these things are vengeful little suckers. If you attack one, you will get an entire herd of penguins going after you, and they will not stop. If you attack one nearby and the other herd of penguins sees it, you will literally have about 20 to 30 penguins chasing you around, and they are fast. They just slide right on the ground and they will attack and they will kill you. I've been killed by a penguin many times by accidentally killing them. But they are like the turkeys, where they will provide meat sometimes, and an egg if they are hiding an egg on them, and the eggs are good when you have the crock pot. But you just gotta be careful of these things. The ponds. Now, depending on what mode you're in or what's going on, the ponds typically produce frogs. Now, Wilson will look at the frogs and say, "Oh, it's cute." Yeah, it's cute until it attacks you. So the frogs will come at you, and they will come at you like the penguins in a herd, but unlike the penguins, there's no provocation on this. They will attack you, and every time they hit you with their tongue, not only are you losing health, but you are losing supplies. Typically, if you have a supply of grass, that's the first thing to go, but then your tools will start to go. So it becomes a matter of, do I grab the tools and have those, or do I just run away from the frog and save myself? So you have to make that decision. The frogs are vicious. The nice thing is, unless you're in adventure mode, By nighttime, dusk, nighttime, the frogs go back to their little pond and they leave you alone. The beehives. These are great for food and catching the bees. Now the bees, if you catch them, they will attack. You have little red angry bees that will come after you, basically hornets, and will kill you eventually if you get stung enough times, obviously. However, the beehives are great because if you catch 4 bees and have honeycomb and 3 boards, I believe, you can create your own beehive, which is great because you can harvest that and have an endless supply of honey. The honey takes forever to go bad, and the honey also refills your food, your hunger very quickly, and it helps your health. So the honey is a great thing to have. It's just dangerous to get it. I highly recommend having a beekeeper's hat, which you can create. I'll explain that a little bit. In order to catch the bees, because every time you catch a bee, you will get attacked. And when you try to destroy the beehive itself, you will be attacked by a whole swarm. And they will not leave you alone for a while. You have to actually run away to get away from these things. Which is when I typically run up to a beefalo and hide with a beefalo, because if they get stung, they will attack. Okay, yeah, weaponized bees, basically. So these are, you'll find them all over the place sometimes. I usually leave it on default because I don't really want to mess with this. But if you get anywhere near these things, you don't even have to touch them. If you get near these things, a whole herd of hornets, killer bees, will come after you and attack. And there's enough of these things in the area, they'll all come out. So try to stay away from these. The tall birds. These things are obnoxious. If you get anywhere near these things, even if you don't touch them or they are hiding tall bird eggs, which are great to eat, even if you don't touch the eggs, these things will chase you down, and they hurt. They take away a lot of health when they peck you, and they take a lot to actually kill them. So try to stay away from these. Typically, they show up if you see a lot of gold mines and rock formations. That's typically where the tall birds tend to hang out. So if you see those, just be really cautious. At night, they look like those little specks, little coal specks from Spirited Away, so they're all kind of cute, until they wake up and then they're scary. Spiders. I explained these a little while ago. Now, I've died multiple times because of these things. There's 2 types of spiders. You have the black ones like these guys, couple of whacks with a weapon or an axe, things like that, typically kills them, no problem. They will leave behind either monster meat, which you can eat, but it does diminish your sanity and your health, so try to avoid it unless you cook it beforehand, then it's not so bad. I usually save the monster meat to give to the piggies, but giving that to the piggies is a dangerous thing in itself because they will turn into were-piggies at the full moon, so feeding the monster meat to the piggies is a bad idea too. But they also give spider webs, which is great because you can actually take the silk and turn it into certain weapons and you can have a tent, you can get your beekeeper's hat, you can get your net for catching the bees, so spider silk is very good to have, and sometimes the spiders will also produce spider sacs. These heal sacs will actually heal you, so they're good to have as well, but you have to risk getting killed by a spider to get them. There's another type of spider that are black and yellow. These things jump, so you try to avoid those. They take a little bit longer to kill. They at least get 1 bite into you before you're able to kill them. And like I said, they jump, so they can move pretty quick. You can kill them, it's just you gotta be careful. These are the wolves. Now, like I said, Wilson will let you know when they're in the area, so you don't have to worry about that part, but they will kill you if you are not careful. They take bites out of you, they come in a pack, it's not a good thing. And once again, we are running out of time. So I'm going to put this one on pause, and we'll keep going.